Hey there! Welcome back to 3-Day Weekend. I've got the Pro back in the shop and I've been looking forward to this project for a really long time. In a prior video we added factory ride command to the machine, but I've never had any audio. So today we're finally going to add stage 2 audio to this machine and then eventually stage 5 audio in another video. So let's get started. So we have ride command. We added that ourselves in another video. This works with the PMX as well, but I don't have any speakers there on the tweeters or down below. Nothing, no audio comes out of that. Until today, it finally has arrived. Ignore that box and that box. That's stage 5. We're going to deal with that later. Today we are dealing with stage 2. We have this box, which has the primary function, the amplifier, and 2 front speaker pods. We're going to be removing the dashboard. In order to do that, we have to remove the hood. There's 2 Torx 40s on there. And then we're going to pull the insides out of our glove box and start removing all the trim on the other side. We'll be removing these 2 Torx 40 screws as well. Then we have to remove these 4 Torx 25 screws. I knew they were Torx 25. There was never any doubt. And the glove box comes out through the bottom. We have to remove these 3 screws. This guy is the shorter of the 3. We have 3 more over here. And this one on the end is another short one. Just short enough to be annoying to get out of there. And the last one is down underneath here. Okay. We tilt the steering wheel all the way down. We have 2 little pins we need to pull out for the sides of the hood. Right there. And right there. Hold them a little hard. Now we have the flip-up windshield, so I have to remove the bracket. That should pull right up out of the way. We're going to pull up these flaps because there's a release. You can hear that one go out. We're going to do the same on this side. Oh, there you go. And we're going to try to pull this dashboard out of here. There we go. This part's going to get a little tricky. It looks like it mounts to this big piece of plastic. But in order to get this piece of plastic out, we need to disconnect all of our pulse bar attachments. And I have a lot of messy wiring in here to deal with, so I don't know how well this is going to go. And there's definitely wires running through holes on this piece. So yeah, let's see how it goes, I guess. Oh, those are in there tight. Yep. Those are tight. Alright, there's one. Gotta do that 6 more times. We have some push pins to remove. These 3. Dropped it. And this one. Hey, that one came out whole. What do you know? Forgot one. That guy. We have these 2 screws way down here. They're Torx 25s. This one might take some finagling. Got it. Now this panel should be loose, and it is, but I have all kinds of wiring in there, so give me a minute to clean this up and pull it out. It may not look that way, but the electric is getting cleaner. I've eliminated the harness that went over the whole thing. I just gotta hook some stuff up and zip tie it up neater. So ignore my mess. But we're at the point now, I've got this pretty loose. It doesn't come all the way out because no matter what I do, now I've got the heater wires are running through it, going down below. We can work on it. It's kind of awkward, but we're looking to mount the amplifier right here. Top and bottom, right there. Digging around, I found this plug. This is for the rear speakers, which we're not using in stage 2 today. You see it's got 2 purples, 2 greens, but we will be using that later for stage 5 because I don't have the rear pods and the wiring for that. So that comes later, but we know where that is. And then I found this plug right there, which goes to our amplifier. So it would appear if you have the ride command and did the factory install, you already have the wiring for the amplifier. So now we're to this. We need to mount this to that with the connectors facing down, and this little ground plug there needs to attach to it, and they've included the little jumper in the bag, this little wire. So we plug that end in and that one to the bottom screw. Looks like we're using these screws to attach it. It better come with 2. Okay, it did come with 2 Rockford Fosgate labels. That's right, it did. Try not to cheap out on me here. Alright, so I'm going to mount this to that piece of plastic and see where that brings us. I got it. You can't see anything from there. I ended up swiveling it down and around and underneath here. And then I was able to get the screws, get the other ones, and the cord is hanging down right next to it. So I just got to put that red connector into the side of it right there. Whew. And then tilt this whole sub-assembly back up into position. If you didn't have the heater in there, this probably would come out pretty good. You still have a couple of wires that run through it, but it'd be a little bit easier. I got it. It's back in. Yeah, I got some. That's all climate control wires left. But yeah, she's in there. The wire drops down. Amplifier's plugged in down below. Yeah. So now we need to start looking at speakers. For speakers, you should have connectors right up here somewhere. Back in the day, I thought I had to put some tape on those. That was a really good idea. I see the other ones way over there. Yeah, one more below it. Perfect. Oh yes, that connector looks like new. That connector looks okay. I'm going to send the speaker up into this hole. Oh, there, it goes backwards. Like that, huh? Well, that was easy.
Got it. Finally.
Got it. All right.
There we go.
Got it?
It's in.
All right. It's beautiful. Can't focus on it, but there it is. I'm gonna pop off this protective cover first. I feel like that might be difficult to get later. Just move the slider into position. Oh, like that. I see some spots for some screws. Let's get the hardware for that. Oh, I never mentioned, I took this off. It was held on by two Torx 40s on the side. I was working on the dashboard and just took it off so I could see something. Alright, let's get some hardware holding that in. We're going to hold the speaker in with these 4 little screws. They go right in the face, and these 2 big ones go down underneath. We'll put those in loose, then put these ones in tight, and then tighten those down. Let me show you where these big ones go down underneath. 4 little guys, 1 big guy, and 1 big guy. Oh, look at my shadow. That's terrible. Right there, and right there. And those are Torx. The big ones are Torx 30. The little ones look like 25s. Yeah, it's in. 2 screws, nice and tight. Looks good. I'm gonna help Junior over here do his.
It's caught on the steering rack.
Apparently, I have to take the steering mechanism out. Allegedly.
There's no way this is getting in there.
You want to bet money on it?
No.
Speaker in. Speaker in. Speaker. Speaker. All of the speakers are in and connected. We should be ready for a test. I'm gonna get this thing fired up, see if it works. Alright, I have some generic YouTube free music on here. Let's see what we have. It's working. Oh, jeez. All right. Oh. Cool. Looks like we got some automatic volume control. Oh, radio. I haven't even tried that. Equalizer. Oh, someone played with my equalizer already. Yeah. We'll tinker with that later. Like I said, we got stage 5 coming. But it works! I hear all the speakers working. There is not very much bass at all. A lot of mid-range, which is kind of what you want for riding. Seems to get very loud. Yeah, that's very loud. That'll work. Cool. Okay, well, on to the next step. We gotta start putting this thing together. We gotta put our little decal on the speaker. And there are 2 little holes. One there and one there. I'm just gonna drop those on there. Hold them on the back with a little clip. Okay, let's get this one on there. I found that using a socket was the easiest way. There we go. Put that there. Set one on there. Set one on here. And I've got a little 5mm socket. The alarm's going off. And you can just push it on. There we go. She's on. So from here, it's a matter of putting it together, but I'm adding stage 5 audio to it. So I'm not going to put the whole thing together right now. So I'm going to put in the other video of me putting it together after stage 5. So you're going to notice a subwoofer in there and maybe some additional wiring, and this will be all cleaned up by then. So let's go over to there, and then we'll pick it up after that. Dashboard time. We're going to slide the whole thing back into position, making sure it latches underneath the hood as we like. Then we're going to put the screws back in. What are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 screws, I believe. Remember, the shorter 2 go all the way on the outside, and we'll slide that back into position. Then we're going to put the speaker covers back on. 2 of those. Each of them takes a Torx 40, showing off our brand new Rockford Fosgate badges on those bad boys. Then we're going to come around to the front and put the hood back on. Oh, but before we do, we've got a couple of screws and a couple of push pins we got to put back into position. Then we're going to put the hood in position, and that's held in by 2 screws. Forgot to mention, we're going to put our pieces of trim on there. I put that one on, this one on, and then this big one on. And then realized I took the bezel off because I was playing with the ride command and never put it back on. So I have to take those off, put that back on. No big deal. And we're going to put in these. Oh, that looks cool. These 4 screws, these Torx 25s, back in. Even though the glove box isn't there, I saw it was threaded on the top, so that'll kind of hold it together, I suppose. And there you have it. Stage 2 audio installed. Man, I've been waiting a long time to get that audio installed in this machine. I'm so glad that it finally happened. And I couldn't have done it without your support. The Patreons, members of the channel, I've got links below. Thank you to all the members. You guys are amazing. I mean, seriously, it's epic what you guys are able to do for us. Really appreciate all that. Everything I do with the Pro XP, I have playlists. I'm sorry about that beeper. It's crazy. Everything I do here has playlists on it. If you like the Pro XP, you like the Aces, Lightning 2.0, whatever your machine, whatever you like, I have playlists for all those, so you can check those out. And I really hope that you come back and join me again here for another video on 3-Day Weekend.